RopeBreak, and it is Royal Rumble weekend. So, of course, we have to do predictions. I always get them wrong, so just to be ready for that, they'll probably win. Phil, and for the first camera, we have Luke as well.
Hello.
He's here. Yes.
Yes, I'm the man behind the screen.
Yes. Hello, Phil. How you doing?
Yes, I'm good. I'm the one hosting this malarkey. Is probably one way of putting it. We haven't done predictions in a long time. I will say that. So this is the first time some people get to see our ugly mugs as well.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this and it realises my beard needs a bit of a trim, I think.
I've literally just done it for the weekend for me, so that's why I'm so shiny.
Yeah. By the way, are we going to do NXT as well, or what would you like to do?
No, we'll just do some predictions for the main Royal Rumble, just because give the people what they want and all that.
Give the people what they want. So let's see if they get what they want on Sunday as well, with certain matches. No, probably not.
Never happy.
So, Luke, you got the list of the matches there, do you?
Yeah, so the first match on the card, according to one of the wrestling websites, is the Cruiserweight Championship. So we got Buddy Murphy versus Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami in a fatal four-way for the championship. I haven't been keeping the Cruiserweights.
None of them are American, so there's something for you. So normally they always go for the Americans to come out on top and victorious and happy, and this time they can't do that. So
it's I'm going Hideo Itami on this one. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Hideo Itami as well, just because he's been there the longest and he's not really had a chance to do anything because he's been injured all the time. So I feel like
I know motherfucker's been carrying fucking Shinsuke's bags for too long.
Maybe he should be fighting for world titles, not the Cruiserweight title.
Yeah, well, he was so big in Japan when Pro Wrestling Noah that he's got every right to be as big as what he is, but it's ridiculous how he hasn't been booked correctly anyway. But it's just how it is. But I can see him getting a bit of a payoff just because of the way that he's been booked recently.
Yeah, Mufasa's just recently came up to SmackDown Live, so Hideo might be next up. I've actually went for a retainment of Buddy Murphy. I really like Buddy Murphy. Every time I see him, I'm just really impressed by him. And I don't think they're going to give it away. I think it's still going to be Cedric that takes it off him. I'm not sure when. Maybe WrestleMania. I just think Vince, although not happy with a lot of things, may be happy with their matches so far since they're the only ones to go on like the main card rather than the pre-show. I'm not too sure if this is on the pre-show actually or the main card.
It'll be pre-show.
Well, it's on the pre-show, yeah.
Then yeah, I'm thinking Buddy retain. But yeah. Next up, if he's happy to move on. Next up is Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. Rusev
Day all the way. Rusev every day, all day. I want him rolling on his tank. I want him to, just completely go for it. Just start up the new Russian Federation. Him and Vladimir Kozlov.
Yes,
what do you think?
First of all, Shinsuke going from winning the Royal Rumble to being on the pre-show.
Not the greatest, yeah.
That's how things change in a year. Well, I think Rusev will win as well. He's only just won it. So
yeah, I've also went for Rusev retain.
Yeah, I think. WWE love to play hot potato with the US title. He probably will lose it, to be honest.
I just don't think they've done enough build on SmackDown for it. Like, he wasn't on Tuesday's episode. He was on the week before, I think. But I don't think there's enough left.
He won it on the Christmas Day, didn't he?
Yeah, so I think they'll keep it for another. I mean, I think another person, Andrade might take it, or Rey Mysterio, depending on how they take the Rumble. I think they should move on to Rusev afterwards. But yeah.
So we're all on Rusev.
Yeah, everyone on Rusev. So next match is The Bar versus The Miz and Shane McMahon for the.
So this is an interesting one. I've got a theory for y'all.
Oh, okay.
So my theory is, believe it or not, that Miz and Shane will win, and it'll be kind of the start of a new Shane McMahon that is probably going to end up against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, but he's going to be a tyrannical heel.
Yeah, there were the rumors of Shane turning heel, weren't there? But I don't know. I've got the Miz and Shane to win, but I really like The Bar. I just think with this whole new regime that they're trying to make a change, that they may take it off The Bar because it's seemingly them every week. So
yeah, but you've got to remember he's a McMahon, so like they'll let him win the title just to make him look like he's better than everybody on the roster.
I also had I have a lot of retains on this list, and I had to have one not retained just to bad. So yeah, I think Miz and Shane. What about you, Johnny? Who are you going for?
Miz and Shane McMahon.
Yeah, me, Miz and Shane every day.
As I say, the McMahons, they won't lose a match. Like, Shane's going to want to have some kind of title run. He's never been tag team champion, so give him it now.
You think he'll just get injured and not actually lose the title if the winner as well?
Yeah. And Miz will be the one to get the pinfall, probably.
Miz deserves better. Literally every week I've seen the Miz and Shane, I've been like, Miz deserves better.
Yeah.
So the next match is Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. What are you guys thinking?
Asuka's
going to retain because Becky Lynch is going to go on to WrestleMania against Ronda.
100% Asuka.
Yeah, I also think the same. Yeah, Asuka's just recently got, hasn't she? She's just recently.
Yeah, there's literally no reason to strip her of that belt. It makes zero sense to do that. So, yeah, it's probably going to be Asuka will retain. Probably have something to do with Charlotte as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think there's going to be interference? I mean, the last cross-brand pay-per-view, Ronda interfered with the ladder match, I think it was. Yeah, for Asuka to win, so maybe she'll pop in this one.
There's a good possibility of that.
I think, Becky, well, with the whole Ronda Rousey thing, why would Becky Lynch win this match?
True.
Well, I think.
Next one, Ronda Rousey, speaking of which, versus Sasha Banks for the Raw's Women's Championship, The Boss. What are you thinking?
I can't bear hearing Michael Cole go, "It's boss time!" every time she goes in the ring.
It's just not the person to do it, is he? I think Renee would take that role by now.
It'll be a really good match. It'll be one of those matches where someone will tap and Ronda will be the one to get the win. But it'll be like a brilliant match.
No, I don't know. I've got a funny feeling that Ronda's going to end up losing because of Becky.
Yeah.
And that's what I think's going to end up happening, and it'll be either by DQ or something, so the title won't change hands.
They've got to do it somehow, haven't they? I also reckon Becky Ronda for Mania.
Yeah, well, this is it. You've got to set it up now. You've got to set it up this Sunday, the start of it, and then you've also got Elimination Chamber, but more than likely you're going to set it up at the Royal Rumble to get that sorted.
Well, you see, there's no reason why the match has to be for a women's championship between Becky Lynch and Ronda.
It could be. Well, there's talk now of Ronda possibly leaving after Mania, and that's just done. So more than likely, it'll be, if she does go to Mania against Becky, then it'll be she'll lose the title there.
Yeah, I don't think she'll have a belt unless they take the Brock pathway of just letting her keep the belt and not be on TV. Since that seemingly worked for the past.
I think it'll be a hiatus. I don't think she's going to leave. I don't feel like she's worked this hard and she's going to want to leave after a year, wanting to get here for so long. And it's like, oh yeah, I've been here a year, time to go. Like, I don't know if she's going to leave, but.
So you think Ronda also losing the title, Johnny?
Not this time, no.
Oh, you think she'll retain?
Yeah, maybe before WrestleMania she might not have it, but
I've
I
also
think what could happen is Elimination Chamber she could get DQ'd, and that means eliminated.
yeah.
And then, which you can't really get DQ'd in an Elimination Chamber, but okay.
I've also put Ronda retained. She might get an injury.
I don't like Sasha Banks either, so I don't want it to win.
I'd rather see. I'm getting quite sick of Ronda, to be fair. Just like he is. But I've put Ronda retain as well. So next match, Universal Championship. Brock returns versus Finn Balor. Now this will be a talking point.
Oh, all right. No. I've got to do it. I've got to put my fantasy booking out there. I've got to do it. Listen, it's my one and only time right now. That Finn will come back as the Demon, and now with Vince being worried about people going to All Elite Wrestling, he's worried that I think he's going to be worried that Anderson and Gallows are going to go, so they're going to stick him with Balor, and I reckon they're both going to screw. Everybody's going to screw over Brock because Vince is worried about people going now. Revival have already said they're going to go. Sasha wants to go.
Yeah.
So there's that if it's going to be any time, I think it's probably going to be now.
See, I saw similar fantasy booking on like one of the comments on the YouTube vid. That basically the last two rows they've asked the question. They will have said the question of Finn isn't good enough, beefy enough for Brock, and then the last row apparently Vince asked Finn. I didn't catch this. He doesn't know who Finn is. Like, who is Finn? So there is a chance of a Demon. I just really hope they don't waste it on a Brock loss.
Yeah, I don't want it to be squashed. That would be the horrible thing.
But one of the fantasy draws would be to bring up the Undisputed Era and have Finn join Undisputed Era and Latvia faction. Yeah. Which, I mean, massive fantasy booking. But I will be all for that. That would be
so cool. That would be badass.
I know.
None of the fantasy booking aside, Brock's going to win.
Johnny, ever the realist.
Yeah, I've learned never to doubt Finn's love for Brock. So
there's
yeah,
no way Brock himself, he's not going to let half his side let that happen. You know, Brock is the kind of person, say, if he just won't turn up, like, you know.
Yeah. At the same time, I think if it is a clean finish, Finn will benefit even with a loss. Not as a Demon, but if it's just Finn, I think he will benefit even if it's a loss.
He will get a long match out of him.
Yeah, I worry Braun's going to interfere. I don't want that to happen.
I don't want to see that.
I know.
Like, Braun's had his opportunity many times.
Too many times. Almost as many as Roman, I think. Would be good.
Yeah.
Alright, so what, we all going Brock retain?
Yeah, I'm a realist too, so I'm gonna say Brock retains.
Okay, yeah.
Brings us on to the potentially first Rumble match of the Women's Royal Rumble. Now we've got a few prop bets in this, so additional bets that we could do, but...
You forgot the WWE Championship.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh man, that wasn't on the website, that's why.
AJ Styles defends against Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan defends against AJ Styles, sorry. Yeah.
I haven't thought about this one.
Well,
I'll let you guys go first then, because I need to think.
Yeah, Brian's coming out with it. I can't see AJ doing it. The only way I can see AJ winning is, again, if Vince is worried of him leaving. So they're like, quick, stick the title on him, then he can't leave. You know, like a clingy ex-girlfriend. Like clinging on to your belongings. I think that's the only way Vince is keeping AJ, to be perfectly honest, if he gives him the title again. But I can't see that happening because Daniel Bryan's run has been more interesting than anything else currently going on in WWE. So
Daniel Bryan's run has been brilliant.
The heel with the best facts, like just 100% true all the time.
This is how it is with heels, though. Like, people hate a heel, even though everything he's saying is the complete truth. It's like, you're all ruining the earth, and it's like, yeah, we are. Oh, we hate you for saying that.
I think AJ had a good comeback to him though on Tuesday when he said about how did you get here? Playing the same as us. Like, I think that was a worthy comeback. But yeah, I reckon Brian will win. Adrian did ask for like an Orton kind of contract, so like less to pay. That could come into it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he basically wants less dates, doesn't he?
I don't know what his contract situation is.
No, it wasn't confirmed. They're just the rumours.
Like, if he's obviously it'd be like 3 years, and that'd be the end of it now. So he must have signed a new contract. Otherwise, like, why is he still in the main event picture? I mean, if he was going to leave, not really.
Yeah.
So must have agreed something. I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. I think it'll be another good match, just like it was at the last pay-per-view that they had a match in. Can't remember what.
Not tonight. What you reckon?
Styles is yeah. So Daniel Bryan's winning. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So that brings us to the women's Royal Rumble.
Well, for anybody watching, depending on when this is up, I've already done a prediction for the women's Royal Rumble to 10 possible winners. You'll see that soon. As far as picking one, you see, I just want to say anybody but Charlotte because I'm getting sick of Charlotte Flair. Like,
I don't know.
but like the thing is, every time I predict her to lose, she wins. So I'm just going to say it right now. She's going to win. I don't want her to, but I think she will. So.
See, I don't know. Like, I've literally got zero idea. I'm gonna say purely because I know whoever I pick, I'm gonna be wrong. Tamina. Why not? You know, she's Samoan, kind of.
Do that. Oh my god. See, I'm stuck. I'm hoping this will talk. I'm hoping this is one of those when I need to talk it out. So I've got Charlotte.
Because my laptop's acting up. I didn't hear any of that.
Sorry, do you hear me now? This is good.
I can hear you, but I can barely see you.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, I'll just keep talking anyway. So I'm hoping this will play out. So I've got Charlotte firstly to win.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think they don't want Charlotte to win. To be fair, it's the first one back. She's the only one that's really been pushing it as much, like other than the Raw, but I don't think they're doing really, really good. But I've also, I don't know, I might go for a surprise, like a Becky. I think Becky might enter it, and that's how she'll get to Ronda. So I think for this, I'll go Becky. I'll go Becky Lynch.
I still think it's going to be whoever faces Asuka. So.
Yeah.
See, and as I say, I am going to stick with Charlotte, but if it was me, I'd go for somebody facing Asuka, in which case I'd go for... I don't know, I said Sonya Deville before because I really like her, but like she's got nothing at the moment.
Okay. Carmella may win it as well. She's 30, entrant 30. I mean, they are building...
Alexa Bliss.
But Tamina, though.
Please no. I really hope you're not right.
I hope I'm right, because imagine the look on both of your faces when Tamina wins.
They should give it to Natty. That's who they should give it to. She's been there about 10 years. I think she deserves it now.
Yeah. Alright, so moving on. Well, we'll get to like the prop bets after, but we'll do the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
See, I think to make this easier, why don't you go for choice of? Why don't you pick like 3 people and say it's going to be that one, or that one?
What, for the men's or for both?
Yes, for the men's, yeah.
This makes interest. Well, I've already one of the prop bets is the final 4 entrance.
Okay.
You could do final 4 and then just pick out your final 4. So if you want to get your final 4 out of the way first.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll give you my final 4 first. Samoa Joe.
Alright.
Braun Strowman. Mustafa Ali.
Interesting.
And I think it'll be a surprise entrant. It'll be one of the surprise entrants. It'll be something like Adam Cole or something daft, or Ricochet, or Pete Dunne.
I think Pete Dunne's going to be in it, yeah. I think he'll make an appearance.
Yeah. Both the UK, the NXT UK start, and I think they'll want to promote that a bit. So yeah, they'll probably add him into it. I've got Seth Rollins. I basically went to Raw to SmackDown because it's been like that for the past 2 years, I think. I've done Seth Rollins, and I actually think Seth will win as well. I'm hoping. I've got Rey Mysterio because I reckon he's relentless for staying in Rumbles for a long time. So I think he'll make it to the end. And surprisingly, I think Drew McIntyre might make it all the way through as well.
Good shout.
And I've got Randy Orton because he seemingly is always in the last 4 of any Rumble. And I think that he's going to really push that 3-time win. But I do reckon Seth will win out of those 4. I hope Seth wins, to be fair.
For me, it's Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and
John Cena's not in the Royal Rumble, by the way.
Hey, twisted.
He's working a movie. Like, it's kayfabe that it's an injury, but he's actually working a movie, so he can't do it.
You could have told us that, like. Okay, let's see. Okay, then that changes things. Okay, so let's say Seth Rollins.
Tamina.
Yes. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and then Seth Rollins will get interference. Ambrose will interfere, and he'll get eliminated, I think.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy. Still going for Jeff Hardy. And Randy Orton.
Now, Lois, who do you think will win?
So, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, one sec, right? So we'll do our final 4 for the women's as well, then. We might as well. Because I had that as well. So I've gone to...
I don't think we need to.
You know?
I'll be honest.
Do you think Tamina will just clean sweep it?
I think Tamina's going to eliminate 29 other people.
Oh, I've totally forgot something as well during this final 4. That R-Truth and Carmella are like a given 30th entrance.
Yeah, they're both number 30 because of mixed match challenge, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I forgot that. So let's just do.
I think final 4 for the women: Charlotte and Becky.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Yeah.
And Nia Jax.
I think it's Tamina, The Rock, Samoa Joe, and Tamina.
Just a Samoan final.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what they should do? They should have Tamina's brother, Sim Snooker. Do you remember Juice and Domino? Yeah, have him come in. And so it'll be brother and sister in the
That's
final.
a throwback.
I went for Becky and Charlotte, obviously. I think Emma Moon will get a good showing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bella Twins will return and Nikki Bella will go top 4 again. I'd hope for Bailey, but I think Bella will return.
I hope not.
I hope not as well.
I want Major Lee return me, like.
Great.
It'll be Santina Morella. That's it. That's me pick.
You know what? That will happen.
If we go Iron Man and Iron Woman as well, people you think's gonna last the longest in both Rumbles?
Joe Coffey. And Jill Coffey.
Now, someone I didn't think of actually.
In the men's one, I'm going to go Bad Bones. That's it.
Pac, surprise return.
No, Lashley.
Lashley?
Good shout, Lashley. I think Drew Galloway is going to eliminate the most.
Right. I've got Drew as well for the most eliminations. Like, I think he has the face of just that smug look, isn't he? Like the seconds he'll like throw someone over, he'll look back at the camera and have that smirk.
He's got a face like he's eating a wasp, like consistently at all times. But I love it. I think it's great.
I think I saw somebody describe on Twitter like Lashley has that face of somebody who you've just described Brexit to. Like, what?
See, if NXT UK had a Rumble, it would be called the Brexit Rumble.
Yeah.
Everyone that gets chucked out has to leave the EU.
See, we should do that for the first ever RopeBreak event have that. The Brexit
Yeah, it would be a Brexit Rumble, wouldn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
So for Iron Man for the Rumble, well, for women's, I've got Ember Moon or Bailey. I think I'll go Bailey for the longest participant, and for the men's, yeah, I'd love Andrade to get a good showing because
I'm hoping Andrade does really well as well. I don't think he's going to win, is my problem. I want him to, but I just don't think he's realistically going to.
I really hope there's like a thing between him and Rhea in the middle of the Rumble. And it can go on for like 20 minutes, I don't care. Just make it last. I think
for the women, the Iron Woman, Mickey James.
it would,
The reason why she's
yeah.
Have we covered everything?
Biggest news do you think so?
Sorry, my audio is all fucked up. I haven't heard anything that anybody's just said.
That's fine.
Or yeah, Asta might.
That's right. Yeah.
I remember when Kenny Omega again. Batista.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I need to pick somebody else. Now you've said that, kind of pick the same one. Matt Hardy.
Yeah, he's due back, isn't he? I think that's it then. Yeah.
Do we see him making a debut?
After, I think mostly NXT. Apart from who's that? Who's the girl? Totally forgot her name.
Lacey Evans.
Yeah, I think she's the only one that said she's gonna be in the Rumble.
Nikki Cross is.
Oh yeah, well yeah. But the men, I don't see. I think they'll save Laz for maybe the Monday after. Because they gotta have something for the Monday after Rumble. Just be injured usually.
Like the show after Royal Rumble and bringing in Laz Sullivan, but
well, if my fantasy booking comes in undisputed era,
not this time. He's already done it.
Yeah,
I think Sami Zayn will come back as well. Oh, there we go. That's my surprise return.
Boom. There you go. You reckon, Phil? Surprise entrance?
Well, my computer's been trying to catch up on all the audio that you've already been saying, so I've been freaking out and not hearing anything. But surprise return, Kevin Owens. Not 100% sure. I think you might get possibly Velveteen Dream.
Okay.
Good shout.
But other than that, I'm not 100% sure.
Alright, well, I think that's it for the predictions.
Also, I done a little thing yesterday with the guys. WWE's Twitter page has this tweet where the numbers 1 to 30 are on the screen at random. You've got to press screenshot. Whatever number that is your number for the Royal Rumble. So for me, I got number 25. 25, please be good. So I can win, please.
I'm hoping for a Batista number 28.
Yeah.
Typical, but...
And I haven't done it because I'm not a mark.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, there we go. So yeah, that's just about it, really.
Well, I hope everyone's enjoyed this little kind of broadcast thing. I hope some of it's good. But I hope everybody enjoys the Royal Rumble and hope you all have a good time.
Yeah, should be good. This is Johnny from RopeBreak, Phil and Luke. See you next time.
In a bit.
Bye.